Netflix canceled on us. He said
Matt
he
Damon?
was busy. No, did he? He said he had something else going on.
He's we have a better guest. We have a better guest in across the board, brother. He's related to one of us, and he's got the coolest fucking stories, and he's got the fucking coolest hair, and he got the biggest fucking shoulders. No homo, brother.
Oh, that's a shame.
And he's from the city of big shoulders.
Glad to be here, guys.
Zacateca?
I'm glad to be here. I'm ready.
No, we got to introduce you, brother.
Oh,
You
okay.
can't,
Sorry,
you can't
sorry.
interrupt us.
I interrupted the. I got uncomfortable with people saying nice things about me, so I was like, I wanted to make that awkward
Can we start
humor.
over? Because he ruined the podcast. No,
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
yeah, start
Welcome, Henry Alegria from Chi-Town. Chi-Town.
Yeah.
Oh, glad to be here. Glad to be here. Man.
What's up, brother? We were having the wildest conversation before, and then you said you had a panic attack on New Year's Eve from weed gummies.
Yeah, because you were asking me about if I drink, et cetera, and I really don't drink that. I really don't drink, but it's not because I'm a health nut. It's just I got it out of my system when I was living in Mexico and at 15 years old, going to nightclubs and getting crazy with my friends, and because of course there's no rules there.
15 years old?
15 years old, going to nightclubs and everybody in Latin America, and I'm sure like European. I'm sure like you and your family when you were like that age. I mean, you smoke, drink.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, 100%.
have abortions at that age. So
100%.
So-
That's what we said. That's when we settled down.
yeah, right. So I just kind of got it out of my system, and but you were asking me if I smoke, and yeah, I actually started doing that. Probably I would say like 2.5 years ago. All of a sudden, I was like, because the legalization and they're popping up or whatever, and I thought that was so interesting.
But wait, you're in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know at what point, because I really wasn't paying attention. So I asked we were passing by one time, and and I was like,
Passing by a weed shop.
yeah.
Are there weed shops in Chicago now?
There are, and they're like elegant. They're like Nordstrom. They're like yes. It's not like the weed dealer of yesteryear, where they're
That's fucking classy,
right?
brother.
Yeah, well, it's Nordstrom. So
No, yesteryear. That's
right,
a
that's part of that's
fucking- you're more-
I try to elevate my vocabulary, and
You're gonna do the audio for my autobiography / suicide letter.
So so we go in there, and I'm going to tell you this because I know you guys don't know this because you're still buying off the street. But but I go into these places, and the people are the customer service. The people are very like knowledgeable, whatever, and very nice. Whatever. So it was totally not what I was expecting. It was like they were like just very very nice, very good customer service.
Do you have to wear a blazer to go?
I actually felt right. That's the thing is I felt underdressed. And
Was the butt tender a girl who had OnlyFans?
none of them were hot.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that they were on
That's how you
OnlyFans
know-
because everybody
yeah.
there's different niches,
Yeah.
right? So it's like everybody thinks you got to be hot to be on OnlyFans, but
No, absolutely not.
but
Body piercings.
no, it was nothing weird. That was the thing is like it went against with the of what I thought. Of what I expected, right? And
I gotta say, I'm surprised by this description.
yeah. So I went in there. It's in Schaumburg, like Eric grew up around. It's not like on the south side of
Schaumburg?
Chicago.
In the suburbs?
It's in a neighborhood that is upper scale neighborhood. It's in an
Like
upper scale
Sherman
neighborhood.
Oaks?
More whites?
And it's like
Yeah.
the place is almost
Sherman
like
Oaks.
new construction.
A lot of
whatever.
Jews?
It's not
No,
hidden.
very few.
It's not it's not like the adult bookstores that I frequent. Nothing like that. It's
Yeah.
like it was like very welcoming. So anyways, I went in there. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know how it works. So oh yeah, so they explained to me and so I got some gummies and I got some joints, whatever, and it just. So that's how my drug addiction started, and
And then I started sucking dick for a weed.
Yeah.
When's the last time you did weed?
so it was on New Year. So Eric was telling the story. Like I came to LA.
Last time you've done weed?
Yes, and maybe it might be the last time period because
So you don't
one
smoke,
thing that
that's-
messes one thing that messes up adventures with having fun with alcohol or drugs is ending up in the hospital in the emergency room and thinking you're going to die. That kind of messes up everything.
Yeah.
And
But did you die?
but I didn't.
Okay.
And it's yeah.
We're drinking to that.
Yeah.
Here's to never dying, brother.
Salud. Well, I plan on living forever, and so far so good. I stole that joke from somebody. So I don't know.
Is
who-
it
that
is it
sounded
is it
like-
because you just did TRT?
Oh yeah.
For the first time.
So this is not the first time, but actually, so
What's TRT?
TRT is testosterone replacement therapy.
Okay.
And
We were thinking about doing that.
Yeah.
yes, I for me, so I lost weight in the last 24 months, and been working out, eating healthy, whatever.
You look fit,
but
brother.
thank you. But I was feeling like gushy. I was feeling like, even though I was working out hard, like I just didn't feel like I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but I just didn't feel like so solid. I don't know how to describe it. And so while I was here, so I've been toying with this idea, but while I was here, because I've been here 3 weeks, I don't know if I'm ever going back, but I decided to look up online.
Yeah.
Because interestingly enough, just like weed, steroids has become mainstream.
It has.
It's mainstream. And isn't it interesting? Like things that were like weed, like when we were growing up,
Taboo.
Things that were taboo. Things were like, oh,
Glory holes.
Don't even try that stuff, or you're gonna end up, liking to get butt raped and all these things.
Yeah.
Don't go down that road. et
Diddy.
cetera. This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. All that stuff, and then. Everything's becoming full circle. So there's a lot of normalization of things that were taboo, right? Before, think about when we were young. When we were young, it was just not okay to be able to go to the doctor and get your dick and balls taken off by a doctor. But now they welcome you. Now they welcome you, and they're like, yeah, we could totally do that for you.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah. You could. See. Do you see that? See. So before it's like,
Brother, we want to know how the fuck you feel on TRT, boss.
fantastic. I'm going to rant. So 3 weeks ago I went in. They did the test right there.
What kind of a test?
They do your blood work. They do
Okay.
check your cholesterol. They check.
Heartbeat.
They check your blood pressure. They check your blood pressure.
How did they give you the shot? Was it in your buttocks?
Yes,
you, brother.
yes. And
Who did it? Who did
and
it?
I'm okay. Like
Thank you.
I would do it I would do it myself, but it was just part of the complete VIP service. And
But who did it, though?
And yeah, one of the nurses there did it, but it's no big deal.
What was the nurse's pronouns?
The pronouns was I didn't ask her. She didn't talk much.
Oh, it's a she.
She was a she. She didn't talk much.
Well, that's how you know she's a
She
good
didn't
nurse.
talk much, and she goes, "Do you want it in the shoulder and the butt?" I'm like, "Look at me." And she's like, "Okay, turn around."
Why?
And
What does that mean?
And because she could do it in the shoulder or in the booty, and I was like, if I want
Yeah.
full VIP service,
Yeah.
of course I want it in the booty. So,
Well, from 1 till 10, what? Bro, this.
so
Can you hear the sounds?
Yes, yes.
It's amazing.
Yes,
Don't
yes.
you ever let the sounds match
Yes.
the story.
Yes, yes. So
Okay, sorry.
I am to answer your
Sorry.
question.
Sorry.
I
1
felt
till
an
10.
immediately.
No, 1 till 10. What was the nurse? Before we get into the,
Well, I don't want to say because I don't if
I'm
what
gonna
if she
tell you.
sees it?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
She was nice. She was Latin. I could tell she was Latin American, but
What do you mean Latin American,
she was
brother?
she was like maybe a Colombian, Venezuelan type of thing.
That is Latin American,
right? And she kept talking to me because I get that a lot. People don't think I'm Mexican, and because I'm too tall, and yes, and
She was talking to you a
got
lot.
one job.
and I only have one job, and I have car insurance. So, thank you. I'll be here a week, and so, and my 3 kids are from the same mom. Anyway, so feeling good.
Brother, what was she? 1 till 10. What was the nurse?
Solid 7.256.
Okay, that's not.
You know,
And that's
That's
a
low.
Midwest 7.
That's
So
a-
over here, she's a dog.
That's you don't have a fucking dog sound effect, brother?
So yeah, so I'm gonna be in there tomorrow, and
Well, okay, but
yeah.
she okay. Mm-hmm. So, do you feel anything different?
yes, I feel.
How long did it take before you felt your boost?
You know, here's the thing: is and it could have, because it really takes it really is supposed to take some time to get into your system. I felt an immediate effect, and it could be what's the word?
Placebo.
It could be a placebo effect. But what I heard somebody say one time, and I believe this is true. Even a placebo effect is real if you feel it. So even if it's just in my mind, the fact that I did feel better in the sense of, like, when I went to the gym, I got a great pump. I felt more stamina. I felt more stamina.
I have felt that people immediately feel it, especially for the first, immediately feel it.
Yes, I'm glad. Thank you for backing me up, because I felt immediate. And
well, it's a shot, man. It's like heroin when you pump it in.
Well,
dude.
but it's not supposed to be that, because they say that there's a delayed
heroin.
reaction, because it's not so fast acting. There's different steroids, and so there's one that's a water-based one, and I can't remember the name. It's called testosterone suspension. That is a fast-acting one, and what they usually give you for TRT is testosterone cypionate, which is supposed to be take a little bit of time. But I felt it immediately. So tomorrow's going to be my third week, and I'm just very happy that.
What's the pricing on that?
So it's $250 a month where I went. I went here in LA, and I'll give them. I really like the service and everything. It's called Game Day Men's Health or something like that,
month?
and it's $250 a month. And
It's like car insurance.
So yeah. So but you know
For
what?
your adrenaline.
I'll tell you. Like, a lot of people have problems with paying up for different things like that, because it's. But I can tell you that my opinion is it's well worth it. If you feel better and you're going to look better, and have more confidence in yourself or whatever, because testosterone, and I'm not, again, and I just want to be very clear, I'm not a doctor. I know that.
Wait a second.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. So don't take. I'm just telling you.
You know what? I don't want to do this podcast anymore, bro. I was clearly told.
I'm a doctor. I'm not your doctor.
An MD.
But
no, brother. This is the part where we give all the medical and financial advice.
Oh, in that case,
yes.
The dosage I recommend no. Because when the fact that when your testosterone, then this is what they say, when your testosterone lowers, you don't feel you feel less
confident.
confident.
Say you have low testosterone?
I was like borderline. Right, so
and
it was like 400.
And then you crossed the border illegally.
And then that's how my mom
you don't
taught
have a
me.
fucking sound for that, brother.
That's what my mom and dad taught me. And no, so the number in itself, from what I understand,
but you were normal.
I was below what the normal is, right?
Okay.
So you can go from I think it's from 0 to 1,000.
Okay.
Right.
So they're not selling it to you. You felt. Did you feel that they were accurate? Because they could fucking tell you everything. They could tell you.
Oh yeah, I have no idea. So I'm really just going on feeling, right? I'm really just going on feeling. Do I feel better? Do I not feel better? And I absolutely feel better. I feel just more. There's more substance, more vibrancy in my step. I know this is going to sound crazy, but even as I walk, I just feel like
that
more.
That is not. That's actually. I know.
Have you heard that?
100%.
Yeah.
The way you walk, the way you sleep, the way you you're 100%. That's actually the main thing that people do is you say the way I walk, the way I even before the gym.
Right. Yeah, so this is the thing is that because a lot of people, I think, are like a hard no on it, because they're thinking that it has something to do with bodybuilding or having a 6-pack abs, and this has nothing to do with that. It's the fact that, especially as men, as the years go by, I mean, I already broke 5 decades on this planet Earth, and
wait a second, how old are you, brother?
55.
Bro, how do you guys look? I look like older.
Well, there's late now. He takes a lot of he's had a rougher life than me. Like I've kind of.
Yeah, but he looks 31, brother. How old do I look? 70.
You look like an elegant, diplomatic 38. 38.
Boo!
Actually, he's fucking accurate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've looked like this in 17.
Right.
You
Well,
guys are. Here's the good genes.
Yes.
You guys have terrific genes,
Thank
man.
you. Yes, it's like, and that's number one. It's like people talk about so many things, whatever. We're for whatever reason, yeah, we're blessed to have
Shout
good
out to
genes
the
as
third
far
brother.
as like.
I miss the third brother, Lou. Shout out. He hasn't
Yeah.
been picking up my phone calls because
Yeah.
he's also on
He's sleeping.
TRT. He's on TRT,
Yeah.
TNT,
Yeah,
TBS,
but I want to tell you the
UPN.
benefit of like your look. You look more distinguished. You look like you could run a company.
Boo!
You know what that
Eric and
company
I look
is?
like we could work at the company.
It's
Yeah.
a,
but you could
know
be
what
the
that
owner.
company is? It's a furniture company
Yes.
that masks as we sell illegal debit cards to Chinese migrants.
So you put the shirt and the tie on, and it's like you hop into your Lamborghini, and that's totally believable.
Except it's
Eric
not mine
gets in
'cause I
it,
work
and they're
the
like,
valet.
"Stop, thief!"
No, brother, you guys look like you invented Caesar's palace. All right, so this is. Have you been feeling like you want to have sex with that nurse?
That part actually, I never had that part.
Does it increase your libido?
I don't feel a difference in that because I am just too horny as it is.
So you can't have low testosterone because that's why a lot of.
But I don't think so. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm glad you brought that up because I think you don't have to have like all the symptoms of low testosterone to have low testosterone, right? My opinion. So maybe it could be the fact that you're just like.
Did you tell the nurse that you were horny?
Well, she asked me if I had any issue with that. I said no. I said, and believe I have. Here's another thing is like, and this is
Did she say prove it?
Oh, I wish she would have said because she was cute. The lady that was like the main nurse, whatever. She looked kind of like Peruvian
If you
or
hit the
something like
correct
that.
button, it's over. He's
Beautiful.
been hitting the worst buttons at the worst time.
Yeah,
It's the best.
And I'm trying to adapt like my content to the sound, but I can't keep up.
But we don't know what he's gonna fucking hit.
I can't keep up.
It literally says, "Don't press this." He goes, "I was horny."
Holy moly!
Actually, that was good.
Yeah.
No.
So, the low testosterone. There, something that I did notice that I think a lot of people don't become aware of because it's a slow onset is the fact that you don't feel so much like vigor in life. Like you're not like attacking your goals the way you'd like to, but you know what I'm saying is like you can have that symptom and you don't realize it because it's like. In your perception, it's like no, I'm fine, everything's good, et cetera, and only when you experience the difference,
Yeah.
do you realize, oh,
So would
this
you
is what I'm
recommend it
supposed to feel
to
like.
Eric, myself, and Louie?
100%, 100%, because I mean it's again
There's your fucking answer, guy.
100%.
But is our hair gonna fall out?
Well, that's the thing. Is like that's the thing. Is like there are
Oh,
obviously
shit.
side effects, et cetera, et cetera. So if you
What's the
have
side effects?
if you have genetic disposition for hair loss, it's gonna enhance that. It's gonna speed that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boo is-
But a quick trip to Turkey, bro, you could be like a gorilla. Have you seen some of these women that come back from Turkey?
Yes, brother.
Yeah.
Well, we're not. I'm not allowed in Turkey. They'll murder me, and they'll use my hair as the women's
So
chest
yeah,
hair.
so that's the thing.
Actually, no, I'm allowed in Turkey. Fuck. But fuck Turks.
You know, that's why they have the Rogaine, the Finastride pills, whatever. So yeah, like everything.
But you have
has a
amazing
downside.
hair.
Hair transplant.
From where?
Actually, the place
You
I
have
went
hair
to, Chicago.
transplant?
Yes, I do.
How?
Well, I lost all my hair when I was 9, and
It's from the partying in Mexico.
no. It was slow from when I was in your 20s, but. If you don't have the disposition for it, you won't, and that's like for our, a lot of bodybuilders who take massive amounts, they have full heads of hair because they
But
don't
you
have,
have
they're not
great
disposed.
hair.
Thank you.
So,
Like Schwarzenegger, he kept it, huh?
Yeah. Lou Ferrigno has like a tremendous thick hair.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone has a has I don't know what he has on there, but
Who?
Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, okay.
oh yeah, fucking.
Oh, he went all out.
I think when you have 3 attractive daughters, they just give
Those
you.
girls are stunning.
Yeah.
Those girls are stunning, and they're nice. They all seem very nice. They
Yeah.
seem non-Hollywoodish.
Yeah.
Do you know his story? How they wanted everyone but him to be in his own movies.
Absolutely. Well, he was nobody.
Like he sold his
He was
dog
unknown. Yeah.
for the script or something, and then they paid him
To a
$100,000.
Chinese restaurant, and then they were able.
Was
he
that
able to
true?
get it. But listen,
Now
everybody's
it's-
got their own story.
No.
Like, that's.
Now it's a Haitian
Yeah.
restaurant.
But what I didn't know about it
Racism.
is that he doesn't own it. He doesn't own
That's interesting, right? So they did a P Diddy on
Yeah,
it. They
What do you mean?
So he doesn't. He sold the rights to it. So I think the guy's name is Irv Winkler.
Yeah.
Right. Not Fonzie. That's Henry Winkler. Nice guy too, right?
Yeah.
He owns it, and Sylvester Stallone has a story that he's trying to buy it back, and that the guy refused. Right. Refused. But what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? So
I don't know.
because that video's going, like, I've seen it around where he's angry, right? That
What doesn't he own? He doesn't own all 4 of them, or how many?
no, he doesn't know any of them.
That's why they were able.
He's an actor in them.
To continue with Creed without him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
he was
what-
pissed about that.
But what was the agreement that he had?
Well, I think. Well, I mean,
think he was going to end it after Creed 2. I think I think that was it.
well, respectfully, none of those movies should have been made. But that's
they don't care.
But they
Hollywood
did
doesn't
well.
care.
From I haven't seen them. I haven't seen
Yeah,
them, but I heard they
it's-
did well.
Is there
I
a
don't
video? Can we? What does he say in it?
There's a video where he says
was
that
on Instagram.
he wants it back because he wants to leave something to his family. He wants to leave that to his family.
That's a good.
And he
Yeah.
says that this guy is an evil man, et cetera, because he won't let. But to me, I think he's fine. I mean, I think he's done well. I think he doesn't have anything to worry about.
See,
and no matter what they do
you
with it,
never
he is Rocky, right? So it's one of those movies that you can't imagine anybody else.
You never know, man, because they look what they did to Michael Jackson's estate. Like, he literally had so much. He was in debt. That's why he was doing. They killed him right before he was doing all those concerts,
Right.
so he could buy out because he was going to buy Sony.
Right.
So, like, you never know these like, they will set you up, they will fuck you over, and for his family and everything else.
I understand what you're saying, but if you and this,
I have no idea what. Hundreds of
But the thing that you
millions.
just said, isn't it sound crazy? Like, because Michael Jackson was so much debt, dude. Well, if you stop buying amusement parks for your house, right?
Yes, but also
and the lions and tigers and bears,
they were stealing from him.
oh, well, that's different,
Bro, his entire story,
right?
is
Well, he was under anesthesia when they were taking his money.
yes. Also, Candace Owens just did a whole play-by-play of how they started messing with him and gave him, and then the same guy that was in charge of Kanye West also was working with Michael Jackson that kept fucking him up, and they all were working for Mossad.
Okay,
And then that guy who was supposed to be the witness for the people that lied about Michael Jackson giving his will was in charge of Diddy's security of blackmailing people. And that guy was in his mid-20s.
What's really interesting, I find in any type of scandalous things to this extent, is how it's one of those things where you pull the thread, and it's like you can't believe like the unraveling and what's and we're not even deep in it.
No.
And even when they, I think, quote unquote, because who knows? Everybody, anytime this happens, because here's what I believe is going to happen, and I don't know. But when Epstein, the thing happened with Epstein, right? It was like, everybody's like, oh, wait till we see. Everybody's going down. Oh, the list is coming out. Nothing happened. Like, the guy's gone. And the list proved something, nothing. I don't know.
There's no list. Actually, that's the main thing that's keeping the woman alive. His main. What's her name?
Gwendolyn.
No.
Maxwell.
Yeah,
Ghislaine
Maxwell.
something?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
Ghislaine.
She said if anything happens to me, the list is going to come out. But also, two of the billionaires that was sponsoring him, one of them was they all committed suicide. The highest ranking in Chase, and then
Now that's interesting.
and Wexler, they all died.
Right.
So there's
Is
a lot.
that the guy that owned Victoria's Secret?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, here's a subject that I like to talk about because what is this thing about this concept of when you become super powerful and wealthy, all of a sudden you like little girls or little boys? What is it?
So it's
Because if that's the case,
it's blackmail.
I'm staying minimum wage. I'm staying minimum wage, and I'm going after the milfs. Because that's what Because if I got that kind of money, I don't want you know what I'm saying.
100%.
I want Catherine Zeta-Jones. Even she's 60. She's hot.
Are you gonna go down on
Sofia
Catherine
Vergara
Zeta-Jones?
all day long.
And then you're gonna get that mouth
That's
disease
okay.
that Michael
He's
Douglas.
If Michael Jackson seems like Michael Douglas has done okay with himself, even with all the cysts on his tongue. So I think I'd be okay.
Is he dead?
No, but he looks it.
Well, Michael Douglas?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's and that poor
None of
man
it matches.
and that's with work done. That's with work done. And I'm not hating because everybody
Isn't he related to Charlie Sheen?
Is he?
Not that I know of.
Michael Douglas, Charlie Sheen.
Really?
No.
You
They have
sure?
a connection because did the movie Wall Street.
No,
Aren't they got like different
heard
last
that.
names?
I never heard that. But
Or am I mixing it up?
Yeah, you're
but
mixing it up.
now that we're thinking about
Because
health and talking
his
about
dad was,
isn't it
Martin
interesting?
Martin Sheen.
Because that guy, who did you see him in his younger days? He got elderly. Him and for example, the Miami Vice guy Don Johnson. I mean, man, I remember looking at it and go, man, I wish I could be that dude. But they don't for some reason. Not everybody, And again, thank you that I'm aging not too bad, but not everybody has that. And not unfortunately, they have their peak even in their 30s, 40s. Even he still look good in his 50s.
Bro, let's talk about the shit that you did in Mexico.
Okay.
Fuck Michael Douglas. 15 years old drinking. Tell us
Yeah.
the first time you had sex
Okay.
in Mexico. Was it?
It was. He was handsome.
No, but do you have
he
like
had his
crazy
own taxi cab.
Do you have crazy stories?
His dream was to have a taco stand. It was fantastic. No, let me tell you something. To have a college type lifestyle at 15 years old in Mexico was life changing. Was so much fun. The guys that became my friends there are still my friends. And it was
Who
fantastic.
was the girl? Tell us.
Well, it's interesting. My girlfriend over there, her name was Lupita, of course.
Oh.
She was beautiful, stunningly
old?
beautiful.
How old?
No, she was the same age.
15?
She was the same age. Yeah, she was the same age.
I thought you would be having like 23-year-olds.
No. I didn't. I had less game then way less game than I do now. Right, a lot less. The only thing I had going for me was I was a U.S. citizen and I could give people legalization if
Were
if
you
the
an
price is right.
early bloomer?
No, wait. I just bloomed last week with my TRT, so I'm blooming right now in front of you. Do you see it?
He goes, I
Bro,
feel
do you
it.
see it?
I feel it.
Wait, hey guys, chest hair's coming out.
Yeah. Something's touching my kneecaps.
So if it's a monthly thing, does that shot last 30 days? Is that what it is? And then,
It's actually the 7 days.
7
so
days?
it's in and out of your system in 7 days.
wow.
Suppose that's like any other medication, whatever. They have this. They call it. What is it? Something time.
but yeah, time
Right?
release.
So this is how
Yeah.
long it stays in your system.
okay, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So TRT 7 days supposedly. And that's why it's a weekly shot.
Yeah.
I've seen some people where they recommend, split that up into like 2 shots a week, whatever.
Shit.
The person that I went with, she's like, she doesn't really see any need for that.
Dude,
And
we drive down to TJ, dude. We get it for half that price, bro.
yeah, you can. Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah,
But that comes
of
with
course.
fentanyl.
Of course, like you could do that,
No
and
extra
then
charge, though.
of course do your own labs, whatever. So but if you were gonna do it, let's say you're gonna, and again, I want to be really clear.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor.
People who listen to this, they do not want sound advice.
But
They want
if
you
you
to
do that,
sell
you
them.
should check your blood pressure. You should check do some lab work to see where your testosterone level is right now, see where your cholesterol is right now.
What
et
about
cetera,
side effects like
and track
aggression?
that. The fuck do you mean?
Do they say that?
Oh, I'm naturally like that. I'm naturally aggressive. So,
But
I'm,
is
I'm
there
natural
more?
toxic? Am I going to be more? I don't know. Stay tuned. But I don't. I think that's kind of a myth. I think it's kind of a myth on a lower dose thing.
Yeah.
But you still want professional bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And professional bodybuilding take things that are much more
But
stronger.
you didn't
called
ask them about
trenbolone,
that.
et cetera, et cetera. No.
Okay.
Because I'm just
Bless.
okay with
Yeah.
being an asshole.
But you're you don't feel any type of aggression.
No.
So are you excited to take the next dose?
Absolutely.
Okay. And speaking of TRT, who are you going to vote for?
Okay. I love this.
No
I
transitions,
love it.
boss. Welcome to the Fanto
Yes.
Show. $2 Studios. We talk about steroids and Trump, hopefully.
So I don't vote. Right?
God damn it.
Yeah. We could talk about that too. I don't vote.
No.
But if I did vote, But if I did, I have to go with Trump.
Why don't you vote, brother? You stop after Blagojevich?
And maybe you can educate me on this. I personally do not believe that my vote makes a difference. Right? So there's two things that
Is Chicago Democratic?
Yeah.
yes.
They always take it, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So my thing is
But there's
like
a lot of Republicans right in the area.
yeah.
But
Is it
not
fully
the
blue or is it purplish?
I'm not sure.
No, I think it's wasn't it the mayor, that disgusting fucking whore mayor of Chicago that looked like
yeah. They called her Beetlejuice.
What happened with her?
She took the vaccine.
She died?
Yeah. No.
Is she still the? She's not the.
No,
mayor.
she's gone. No, she's still the mayor. I'm pretty sure she's still the mayor.
Wasn't it like the worst when cops in Chicago were like, "Yeah, we're not even going to arrest anyone."
Right.
Which is fucking murders, crazy murders, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing about politics, and again, I'm speaking from just totally my point of view. But so if they had a Republican mayor,
Yeah.
do people put their guns away and they're like there's no violence anymore? Is that how we're like? I don't understand. I don't understand why people believe, or we're led to believe, that depending on who is in office, it is a life-changing experience for the people and the public.
That's such a great segue because no, it has no effect on guns, because when you ban guns, guess who still has guns?
Right.
The bad guys.
Right.
And that's why our co-host Eric Alegria recently got a gun, his
You
first
did?
gun.
Wow.
That's
Is
amazing
it the
that he
new
didn't
Nerf
know.
one? The Nerf with the machine gun thing?
No, I showed Fanto my home invasion protection.
Okay.
And he thought it wasn't up to par.
Well,
You want to see it?
no.
No, not the. No. This was before the gun.
Okay.
So he showed me his home invasion self-defense kit before the gun.
The dildo?
Yes.
The black dildo? The dildo 2000?
Yeah. Bro, he said if someone comes into my house, this is what I'm going to do.
Okay. Shine the light on him?
Yeah. He thought
Okay.
he thought this was fucking.
It's bright, right?
He thought
Yeah.
this was. He thought he was in a movie with Bruce Willis. This fucking
Yeah,
guy.
no.
I don't want to come in there. Fuck.
Yeah,
Too bright.
Wait a second. Do you have a gun?
no.
How, brother? You live in fucking Chicago.
Guns scare me. Guns are like no. I'm like that with also drugs. You know, I've never done hardcore drugs. They scare me because it seems like
You're
like
ruining
something can happen.
my perception of you, brother.
I just look like an
All
assassin.
right, this
I'm
is on
actually a teddy
topic.
bear.
I want to get your guys' opinion on this.
Okay.
Okay. This is what they're doing in Poland.
Oh yeah, this guy fucking doesn't give a.
Happens to me next. You will die like a dog. The lowest unemployment in European Union is Poland. The highest GDP after COVID, Poland. One of the lowest debts, Poland.
This is Dominic, a member of the European Parliament from Poland, the country that just approved a new measure to shoot and kill anyone that tries to illegally enter their border.
Unfortunately, one of our soldiers was killed with a spear. Because they behave like animals, unfortunately. They don't behave like civilized people. We are the ones with this border. So we are protecting the whole Europe.
But Poland's strict border control and refusal to take in refugees from non-neighboring countries like Syria and Afghanistan has caused the EU to propose a €22,000 fine for each person Poland refuses to take in, and guys like Dominic to be labeled Islamophobic and fascist.
And Jean-Claude Juncker, the Commission President, says that you're racist. You sound proud of the fact that you haven't taken any refugees.
Of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why Poland is so safe. I don't care. I care about my family and about my country. When I see the wall, I do understand that this is for my future children.
Does Poland's strict border policy work? Is Poland significantly safer than the rest of Europe because of it? And do the people of Poland want open borders?
Poland are racist. We are proud of it. And I don't really want any immigrants in my country, you know? Thank you, man.
Before meeting with Dominique, I headed to the capital of Poland, Warsaw, to see what the locals thought of Poland's border and their border patrol now being able to kill migrants illegally trying to enter their country.
What is it about? Is that the problem is the immigrants?
No. He's arming the citizens, and they could legally shoot a migrant or a legal crossing the
Okay.
border.
So
they
what
could
it-
legally do it with their guns.
Who knew I was
Can you
Polish this
imagine that?
entire time?
So
Okay. So is this? Are you saying that that's the reason why we should arm everybody?
no.
What about your
so-
cousins when they try to come over? You're gonna kill them?
No.
Oh.
I'm saying.
Well, so this is a big misconception about Poland. They actually charge. They get penalized millions of dollars that they pay, that the European Union penalizes them for not accepting refugees. And let's be clear, people from South America, especially Mexico, are actually better in society and the environment and economy. But the refugees from North Africa, the Middle East, and everything else, when they come to the country, they completely ruin it.
Okay.
Because of, Sweden and London and all these other... I mean, don't get me wrong. Middle East... Imagine you're sending... You're bombing... The West is bombing these places. Is on purpose has militarized these Islamic militants. And...
I don't like talking to him because he makes me feel not smart.
No, what are you
He
talking
makes me
about,
feel like I
brother?
should know these things, and I don't know any of
No,
this.
no, it's just no. It's cool because
I'm
he educates
intimidated.
you.
I feel with him like when I go into Whole Foods, and it's just everything's just intimidating.
No,
Have you
brother,
seen the price of strawberries?
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying...
No, he's very informed, so he knows, and that's why.
No, but he's not only very
I'm also
informed.
racist.
He's but it's like of like history.
Yeah.
And what I like about because we were talking off camera downstairs.
Fine, I'll do steroids.
And he's and you know what I don't like? I don't like when people talk about that and it's just like emotions and
Yeah,
passion.
right.
But it's like
Yeah.
there's structure
Yeah.
and thought
Right.
to his
Exactly.
to what he's saying. So it's just not.
So we had a conversation. We had a conversation where he
Help me!
So good for you.
Help
Me.
And then he showed me some videos where he's knocking people out. So there's a little of everything. Allegedly.
Hilarious. But no, he was. Honestly,
brother, this is my fucking best friend, your brother.
Yes.
I said, hey, boss.
Yes.
I got a couple of guns.
Okay.
You want one?
Okay.
He says, no.
Okay.
I have this.
Got it. Yeah. I don't even have that. So imagine how easy would it be for you
Guess what?
to come into my place.
We're gonna go to the
and rape
same
me.
session.
No, think about it. I want you to really think about it.
It's not. It's not rape if there's a cuddle session.
No, but what was the thing that you said that they scare you? Like what you feel about that?
Because
he might do the TRT and put it in his mouth,
and just accidents.
Yeah,
and I think it's very easy to get comfortable with things that are dangerous.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna give you a crazy example, but it's like these people that are on their crotch rockets, right, and they get real comfortable with that speed, right, and next thing you know, they're wrapping themselves around a pole, right, because it's just they don't have that little bit of fear anymore. They're very comfortable with it. What can really happen? And then they're getting decapitated.
Yeah.
Is that true or not? Does that happen or not?
Yeah, but how do you compare a motorcycle to a gun that's supposed to
yes, because
you from
you're comfortable with it. Next thing you know, you're leaving it out in the open. Next thing you know, you're really comfortable with it.
Actually, you're not. That's
right.
That's the best thing. That's unless you have kids.
Next thing you know, right?
No.
Right.
That's actually
so I'm going to give you him an example. Right. But you get comfortable with it, and next thing you know, you're cleaning it, whatever. You don't realize that there's something in it. It's just so many things that could go wrong. I'm going to give you my opinion. It's more likely.
You get comfortable.
It's more
and
likely.
Then you put it in a burrito.
Look at. I'm going to tell you the truth.
You take it out on a date. You know?
It's more likely.
And then you shower with it.
It's more likely that something wrong happens than somebody invades this house.
False.
My opinion. It's more likely
that
something wrong happens than somebody.
Someone who grew up in Mexico. How do you say this?
Well, but I don't live in Mexico.
But you.
I mean, I'm going to tell you this. Like, none of my family members that I know of are armed, right? That I know of, right? So I don't. And here's another thing: is that there's
Have you ever shot a gun?
Yes.
When?
Yes. 20 years ago.
Okay.
Have they changed?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. They've gotten smaller.
Right.
Have you heard bad stories about guns?
Sure.
What kind of stories?
Well, I remember one was that one guy was cleaning it out, and the brother told me that he was like cleaning the gun, that exact story that I just told you, and he shot himself, and he shot himself, and he was instantly killed.
He was cleaning the gun.
He's doing something with it. I don't know if he's cleaning it, polishing it. I don't know what he was doing with it, but it was a tragic story, right? It was a tragic story.
When I say all these things, I'm not a gun nut. I'm new, maybe a few years into having a gun, just from 2020 and everything, and there's so much misinformation on purpose. You know how they all misinform about vaccines and how the same thing they've been doing it to us since we were kids about gun safety.
Well, and to be clear on my stance, I don't think you should not own one. I think I should not own one. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
So and I'm saying that is your duty and your right to have at least 4 guns.
I agree with the second part. I know I agree with that.
No,
that it's my right.
Can we watch this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. Have you seen this?
I've never seen this.
Pay attention.
Is she gonna do something with the dogs?
Nope.
Do I need a warning? Because I'm fucking terrified, boss.
Yeah. That's a girl, by the way, a little girl.
15.
She's 15.
Her mom took away her vape pen.
Oh, is this the one where she kills her?
Yeah,
Where
she
kills
shoots
them-
her in the face 3 times. with
Brother,
her-
are we convincing him to get a gun or no?
No, but this girl had a high IQ. She's very intelligent.
Obviously very smart. Yeah, she's obviously very because she did 2 shots to make sure. So
No, 3. There's 3
well,
shots.
3. So that's
No,
so,
no.
So it
but
wasn't
this-
like a dumb person.
No, but this is my point.
What's the
This
point?
just shows you how good vapes are.
It's like
How addictive vapes are.
She wasn't a gun person. She wasn't a gun nut. She wasn't comfortable with guns, like how you say. And
Who wasn't?
this girl.
Well, she's 15.
The dogs are like this.
The mother was
fucking
comfortable
bitch.
having a gun on the premises.
But that's not what
Because-
your point was. Your point
no,
was
no, no.
the 15.
My point.
They get comfortable and then
No,
they
no,
shoot
the
people.
owner got comfortable
Yeah.
because she didn't own the gun. Who owned the gun?
Her mom did.
How did the 15-year-old get access?
She went to her drawer.
Right,
and got
you know
it.
why? Because the other one's comfortable with the gun being available and out.
No. So this is this.
Let me ask you something. Would that lady be alive if they didn't have a gun in the house?
No,
Yes.
because she could have done the same exact thing with a knife or
She
a
wouldn't
hammer.
have.
Well, you don't know that.
Well,
no one does.
Again,
knows
I'm not a
that.
doctor.
First of all, that's so fucking funny. Okay, first of all, that's a wild ass fucking video to throw on us, boss.
She just got
bro,
sentenced to 15 years to
Yes.
like.
Yeah.
But that, that's not what you meant though. You meant they get comfortable with
The owner.
being around
No,
guns.
the
owner.
So there's
The mom was the owner.
there's no. This is a murder.
That's correct.
Okay, this is a murder.
Right.
By a retarded bitch who's probably on the spectrum, who has
Correct.
who,
Right.
who has
and
many,
she was on exempted.
what?
She was on medication.
Yeah,
She was losing weight.
Ozempic.
So-
No, that's yeah, that is it.
She was
No,
losing weight.
What's the
Well,
other
that's
one?
the thing is that you get that weight down low enough.
Yeah.
You become a killer.
Yeah.
Dude, I
but-
bet that has that side effects too.
But this
Crazy.
is this is the main thing. Whatever this fear is inside of you is
Yeah.
it's like
learned.
it's learned.
learned
Is
it from propaganda.
It's instilled from whatever something is, because you cannot. By cleaning a gun depends on what level of cleaning, or because of this anecdotal thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have, I've been shot at. I've seen people get murdered. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen my friends get murdered.
He's been stabbed.
I've shot at people.
Mm-hmm.
As a man, again, it's God that's blessed that there's no situation that you guys have been under that requires you to have.
Right.
But whenever that situation, hopefully never comes, but in 2020 they were, letting everyone burn shit down, and you can never, because there's a saying, the tragedy happens only once. It's you can never, and no, I don't know where you live, but to be in Chicago has the worst fucking gun laws. There's actually worse gun laws, and it's the most shootings per capita.
Yeah, but most of the people getting shot, they're like bad people shooting at other bad people.
Yes, but there have been so many
Yeah.
robberies and yes, bad people have
Carjackings.
Carjackings, 100%.
Yeah.
Where to the point where in Chicago they said, if they're taking your car, let them take it.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to respond to that.
Yeah, please.
If somebody wants to take my watch at gunpoint,
Yeah.
they can have my watch. If somebody wants to take my wallet at gunpoint, they can have it. If somebody wants to take my car, they can have it. They can have it. That's why I have insurance.
What about your underwear?
They already have it. And that's the problem.
He goes, if they want my credit score.
Because the thing is that if you really, my opinion is, you're making up scenarios and I'm making up scenarios, but let me ask you something. So
Well, no.
I'll ask my brother.
Yours is
let me ask my
anecdotal.
brother.
Mine is
well,
real.
Let me get so because interestingly, propaganda goes both ways. Because the fact that you said that I
100%.
believe in propaganda, and Eric is also telling me about propaganda, means that he believes your propaganda of the pro gun, because that didn't come just from his soul. The fact that it's like I'm led to believe whatever he got that from you, I would imagine. He got that from you.
But
The verbiage he got from you
pro-
to defend his stance, right? Because he made a decision and you need to justify it, right? So now he's just, and which is fine.
You don't. Well, no. It's not that 100% propaganda is. I'm 100% trying to convince you to get a gun.
Right.
Actually, no. I'm trying to convince you to get over your fear of getting a gun, because having a fear of this thing is it's just the media.
Right.
Is only one way. Is
I understand.
Guns are
I understand
bad.
what you're saying, but
no. Let me just
right,
and then
sure.
his part was he said, God forbid if anything happens.
Right.
I have this to protect.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I said, hey, this is Mickey Mouse. This is silly.
Right. Now I just want to make sure that is that a false example, or is legitimately he was going to defend himself with this?
Well,
Is that like a real thing?
Well, he said, yeah, this is all I have to protect, or a knife.
I have
Now,
three
for the
of
people
those.
that could only listen to us, we're talking about a mini flashlight.
Yeah.
So he was saying that
Bigger than my
legitimately,
penis.
because I thought this was just jokes.
No.
But you're telling me legitimately this shining in the
Ask
eyes.
him, brother. You're asking me.
Well,
like-
I just because, Okay, so here's the thing is that
but
yes.
I'll say I'll say this. He had the same. He actually had the same, even an extreme
stance, like I had.
And I said, hey, it just takes one. Someone's like, I'm afraid of heights. And then you go and you look down and you go, okay, I'm not afraid of heights. Or you're like, oh, I'm afraid of motorcycles because so many people crashed. Okay, just get on the motorcycle.
Right.
Or, when you get into a car accident, God forbid, or something happens, you get bit by a dog or you almost drowned, you're always afraid of that thing. And then whatever that fear is in you about guns, it came from somewhere. You were not shot at. You didn't mix up a gun. You
Right.
did not accidentally fire a gun. Whatever this thing is that came
Right.
to you, you said, my friend said this, and it just instilled this thing inside of you.
So let me go back to that, because interesting. My Eric is agreeing, and so by the way, Eric, where did you get the gun?
The store.
You went to the store. Yeah. Right. Okay.
What do you think I'm gonna get it?
No, I don't like what the president. So what your defense to have is like based on, don't listen to these authorities or this propaganda or what people are telling you, but that's what is supposed to motivate me to get one.
No, my defense is we've been
my
robbed.
propaganda. Okay, watch. So who's
We've been robbed.
of what?
Of what? Of
Yeah.
money. And
You've been robbed before.
Yes.
And that's why you got a gun.
Yes.
Have you been robbed?
No.
Okay. So
You know why we weren't robbed after?
Because you had a gun.
Yeah.
Got it.
And it was my family.
Right. Okay.
I gotta tell you, I've been sleeping a lot better lately. I really have.
Yeah?
I really have. Like every single noise.
He shot at me only once.
No. I'm telling you, man.
You sleep better
I sleep better.
because you have a gun.
Deeper sleep. I swear to God.
Because,
Ask
then
him where the gun is.
Well, under his pillow, of course.
No, it's between his.
It's between his wife's legs, right?
No,
Just
it's
because he
between
knows
his
it. So he goes, right? So,
Before
right.
he sleeps, he goes. He calls me and he says.
So wait a minute. So my opinion is, if a gun made you sleep better, that means you should live in a different neighborhood. I think it would be easy for you to move, because what you're saying is that you couldn't have the deep sleep because you had this anxiety, fear that possibly somebody could break in. There was some sort of percentage of chance that somebody's going to break
And that
in
was
here.
a very close chance because it happened, and this is a terrific neighborhood.
Well, I don't think so. If I need to buy a gun to sleep better, maybe I need to move.
Well, where are you going to move to?
I don't know.
Because this is a terrific neighborhood, and something happened
Okay.
very close by here. According,
Okay.
And it was like, hey, this person. Now,
Right.
I recently
Right.
was stabbed.
You need to hang around different people because there's too many things, or you need to find Jesus. Because there's
Brother,
way
Jesus
too
is-
many things
Jesus
happening
is-
to you.
Jesus is
There's
alive.
way
Jesus-
too many things happening to you. But here's the thing: is like I'm not.
But I have to tell you the story.
Yes.
So I was saving other people. I was protecting other people,
Right.
and I
Obviously,
could,
without his gun, he didn't whip out his gun.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna be Batman,
I whipped out
you better
something
bring
else.
you better bring a cape and a utility belt.
I definitely had a cape.
Got it.
And I am in no ways in a bad neighborhood or in any. It's just a situation that
It's a
happened.
situation. Yeah.
And now, growing up, I was in many bad situations, bad neighborhoods. But there's so many people, friends, family, houses. Right
Yeah.
now, every day, there's another video of the most expensive parts in LA getting robbed. House robberies. House robberies.
Right.
Beverly Hills, bro, it's mansions. Just people go in, rob them, and go out. And
Were the people there?
so a
Sometimes.
bunch of them were there. Yes,
So they're there. They get held at gunpoint and they take their target furniture.
furniture, money, and everything else, jewelry, and everything else.
Okay.
I have several friends who were followed from their dates to their houses very far away, robbed their cars,
Yeah.
watches, and everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about more than 10 examples.
You guys need to move.
No, you cannot move.
I don't know anybody.
Well, these people do
I'm
not live.
55 years old.
I know.
And I don't know anybody who has gone through that. Anybody.
I know.
Do you?
So,
the people across the street from mom and dad
Yeah.
had an intruder that broke into their house.
But that you know. You know a lot of people.
They
No,
live
but
right
this
across
is-
the street
this
from mom
is-
and dad.
No, but that you personally
So
know.
that's their
Let's-
neighbors.
let's say-
so
let's-
that's
No, I
Let's say
wouldn't count
they
that.
live
I'm a
across the
family,
street
friends,
from-
cousins.
That's
I don't
close-
count it.
That's closer
Nah,
than
Let's just say
anyone.
I don't
that's
count
that's
it.
a stranger.
Let's just say
That's a stranger.
Let's just say I don't.
That's
let-
closer than anybody
It's a
I
stranger.
know.
No. Let's just say.
To
Let's
me,
just
it's a
say-
stranger.
But wait a second. That's closer
That you know.
Okay. The person that I know lives like 30 miles away from where I'm telling you that
Yeah.
an intruder broke in.
Yeah.
Oh, and guess
How
what?
about- how about
wait, let me finish.
anybody from
All
Chicago?
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
The person next to that intruder also had an intruder break in their house.
Okay.
Next to him. So across the street.
What
That-
happened?
Wait
Tell
a
me the
second.
story.
That's two people
Okay.
closer to anybody that I
Then
know.
you guys
and
need to
I
move to
closer-
another state because everybody's in California.
That's the solution.
Yeah.
Is
Be-
move.
Right.
That's the solution.
Because you live in a bad
That's-
state.
Can I-
Because you've now told, he's told me like 4 different stories. You've told me 2 different stories of people on the block. I don't know anybody in Chicago that's happened
It's
to.
'cause you don't
and that's
talk to
supposed
anybody.
be, and that's a,
You
and,
don't
and,
know.
and I have tons of clients,
This is
tons of
sponsored
people
by
that work
American Airlines.
Your
work
clients
for
are gonna
me.
tell you
So
that?
you know what?
Move
Oh,
to
they
a-
tell me
They're
the
gonna say,
deeper
yeah,
side.
the gun
Can I-
stuff.
can I-
Actually, I have a story.
Can I say?
Actually, I have a
can
story.
Can I say one
Can
thing?
I tell you my story? Go ahead.
I swear to God, you're going to tell me
Right.
all the stories.
Right.
Let's just say his example is 0. He doesn't know anything. Okay? Across the mom and pops, everything, 0. Let's just, what happened when you went and you got the gun? Because he was very confused before going. I said, hey, the only thing you need to do is go to a gun store and then see how it is. He told me he's like, they have this, and what if I don't know? I said, you don't have to know anything. This is a free country. You go in, you see one thing you don't like, I'm out, brother.
Yeah.
No one's going to fucking pull you. What happened when you went to the gun store?
You have to take a test.
Okay, you took a test, and then what happened?
I failed.
And then
So they
No, just the physical. When you go physically, just so he can, like, you go and you see all these guns. Do you have? There's a name for it. Whatever you feel, it says whenever people are looking over the top of the building, they want to jump. There's a specific name for it.
Right.
And that's the thing that you and many other people have.
That internal fear,
including myself.
Right.
Where you're like, I got a gun, and never happens.
Yeah, no, that's not. That's not. I know what you're saying, but that's not my fear.
It's you leave it somewhere. It's
right.
There's a specific name for it.
We just saw a video.
Well, this video is a murder.
Right. But if you wouldn't have, so let me give you another example. So let me give you an example.
No, this video is you can put it.
Yes.
Your wife, God forbid, can if someone's going to kill someone, they're not going to do it with that gun. You're going to be like, hey, your kid, you did something to this kid, and this kid is going to make you pay for it.
Right.
If the gun wasn't there, for example, the action is already in motion. Do you understand? But again, you're even saying, imagine if there were no guns, all those people at the Las Vegas shooting would be alive.
That example, no, because that is a pure assassination. This is an emotional. This is a girl, like you said, that something is wrong with her, right?
Let's just say,
and she made a very bad emotional decision that was like instant. And I do not think that person who was already damaged would have been able to pull off what she pulled off had it not been, because it was like this thing, like, what am I going to do? And this very bad emotional response. She knows where the gun is. She took the gun and she did something crazy, and she destroyed her life and the life of her whole family
and her families and everything else.
But
the main cause was not that there was a gun there, but that she's a mentally ill person.
Okay. Let me give you an example of Chicago, because my brother says, why would people share something with me? Well, I have a client. I had a client that we were looking, because I do real estate and mortgages in Chicago. And we went to go see some houses. And she kept saying, when we went to the houses, very nice lady, oh, my daughter, she would always tell me that. And she kept like a little bit of past tense. My daughter was telling me And on like the second house, I said, and she goes, this is my daughter. She showed me a picture of this beautiful, vibrant, and I'm not just exaggerating, just for like just this great teenage girl. And I said, this was my daughter. I said, what happened? And on her birthday, 1 year before this, they were having a party for her. Her friend picked her up with a guy she was with. Okay, it was a hotel party that they were having. The girl was in the back seat, and her friend was in the front passenger, and the other guy was driving. When they parked the car to get to the hotel, he pulls out a gun and starts bragging to the fact that he has a gun, and she started screaming and yelling, "What are you doing? Don't be an idiot!" And he was it was acquaintance of her friend, not of hers. And they exchanged some words, some hands, some pushing. The gun goes off. It goes into her head. She dies that night. Tragedy, right? Tragedy. I don't know I don't know the rest of, like, where did the gun, That's it. All I know is that somebody,
if it wasn't for the gun, that wouldn't have happened.
Well, I do agree that if it wasn't for a stupid human being, right?
No,
and then who got access to a gun that he shouldn't have, because he was probably 18, 19, whatever. And a tragedy, and destroys so many lives,
people's lives.
So I'm not here to on this subject to tell people, that we should have no gun. I'm saying that there's enough evidence for me to be like, I don't want to participate in that.
You don't want to participate.
No different than I know people who have done cocaine and say it's amazing. I've known people who've done heroin, whatever. I don't know how amazing those things are or aren't. I am terrified of those things for me, because maybe it's propaganda that they're not that bad, or whatever. Maybe all those things are true, but I'm like, that's just not something I want in my life.
Yes.
Right.
Hold that point.
Yeah.
Can you put on YouTube, Brazilian mom protects school children with gun? Brazilian mom protects children. Okay, terrific point. Everything. So now you're going to see... so the difference between... I'm going to convince you by the end of this, or you're gonna be like, fuck that guy forever.
Protects teen.
Protects Brazilian mom protects school children with gun. Children. With gun. So this is so there's a lady who has a secret gun, and then in Brazil they robbing everyone. He was robbed with family, and then he. Yeah. This is.
Yeah.
When you know there's many.
Right, and hopefully this, with the statement I'm about to make, will give more clarity on my stance.
Yeah,
this type of video brings me so much joy. Yeah, it brings me joy. Yeah, it does. There's one where like an older guy is behind it, like in his store or whatever. All those they give me. Thank God, they give me so much joy, etc.
Would you go to a gun range?
Because I believe, and I don't know if this is just the Bible talking in me or whatever. I think revenge is very underrated.
Is the Bible? The
These
Bible
are just
says
jokes. These are. I'll be here all week.
Yeah.
These are just,
no, I was like, yeah, but I believe in that too.
I don't know if it's just Jesus talking through me, but I believe revenge is very underrated. I love all those videos. Right?
Would you shoot a gun?
Oh, of course.
When's the last time you shot a gun?
20 years ago.
Okay, can we go and shoot a gun this week?
Right now, give it to me.
No. Oh. Let's go to a shooting range.
Put a can on his head right now.
100. Oh, there's
put
a
an
video
apple on his head.
There's a video where
put an apple on his head.
It's in the Middle East, or.
So let me ask you something. When you go shooting, does it bring you joy?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, so it's because of the sport, right? But you're not like,
no, you know
you're not in your mind going, I can't wait for us to be in Red Dawn.
I was afraid,
and then I'll,
Well, I was afraid because I didn't know what to do with the gun before.
Sure.
Like I didn't know how to clean it. I didn't know how to cock it. I didn't know. For many years, I was scared because
propaganda.
I've also seen. Heard and bad stories of guns and just people that I knew. So it terrified me until I want to say 10 years ago. Because I was even more terrified because my older brother got shot and my friend got. So I hated guns.
Yeah, you need to find Jesus because there's way too many things happening in your life.
I've always had Jesus. Jesus has saved me and many. But in terms of you have to understand, just as a man, you have to.
If they made a movie on Netflix about you, who would play you?
Ellen Page.
Okay.
I think no one has a forehead that big. I maybe a young.
Let's see. Let's think about that. Who?
Colin Farrell.
Oh, he does a good De Niro.
Colin Farrell.
This guy's a young De Niro.
No.
Do
yeah.
No. You. I know you said that thing about the gun thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Maybe you should go shooting just a little bit.
That's
a little bit. You want to go, boom, boom. But let's of all. I really love how you are the only person in my entire adulthood who has actually challenged very successfully this concept of not getting a gun, because I'm even taken aback of how authentic of and how passionate you feel that way, and it just shows how of a clean life you have, and you have a clean soul. You haven't had all these fucking insane situations. But the thing is, one of the reasons that our government cannot, and they really want to, take away all of our rights is because we have access to guns. And
But in answering this, because I know you're knowledgeable about it,
I'm a
but
retard,
why,
brother.
But why has nothing? So the country, and again, I'm not that clear on the subject, right? But my understanding is that there are other countries, and I don't know which ones they are, that there are no guns allowed.
Yeah.
And that they have very low crime rate, right? But let's take the crime rate I'll put to the side because
Yeah.
I'm not even going to sell it on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. No. Actually,
So-
I have. There's
so
actually an answer.
my question is
answer to that.
is where have their rights been violated? Those countries, whichever ones they are, you'll tell me right now. Where is this government takeover? And I'll also be clear, like anything's possible.
Absolutely.
But where has the government taken advantage of these countries where the guns are not allowed?
Australia.
Okay.
Several years ago, Australia had a buyback problem, and 90% returned their guns. They gave their guns to the government, and Australia had the worst, if not one of the worst, lockdowns where no people had a say in what they were doing. If you went out of your apartment, house, and everything else, you just had no. The government did whatever they wanted, and Australia has the worst deaths, the worst everything from the consequences from the lockdown. The other question is, what other countries, for example, Europe, for example, Northern Europe, they have the highest crime with knives. They have the highest stabbings. France, there's.
Yeah, I will.
Well, your question is if they. If what country? First of all, that's fucking hilarious that he brings that up like that. I have no idea where PowerPoint fucking convincing you.
No, you know why? Because I have the.
No, but he told me a terrific.
The first ones.
Well, I mean, if he's going to shoot from here to there, of course, I would expect him to have a good.
That's hilarious. But also, I would never expect that from a Mexican American.
What they're defending what?
Just anti, or no,
Because I'm not anti, right? So what?
You're not anti.
I'm agnostic. I'm agnostic guns.
You're not agnostic. You have a fear of gun.
No, I just don't want to. I don't think it would help my life to have one.
You said fear.
Because right,
No, but
right.
I'm
Because,
telling you,
because if I have it,
it will help your life.
If I have it,
Yes.
I'm putting a dangerous item the same way I don't have any drugs in my home, right? The same way I don't have any. There's nothing dangerous,
You
right?
have a car.
quote unquote dangerous in my. You
have a car.
Right, but the idea that somebody's gonna take my car and run me over with it is less likely than somebody taking my gun and shooting me with it.
First of all,
You have to admit, my I kind of give good.
Actually, that was the worst reason you've had.
Well, because you used my car. Use my car as a weapon. You
No. You can
said-
use your car as a
no,
weapon.
but you said that I said I don't have anything dangerous things in it. You said I have a car.
Yes, because also,
So I just went along with that.
in Europe, a lot of terrorist attacks are with cars.
Okay. Good news. I'm not a terrorist, and I don't live in Iraq.
It's in Europe,
Right, but
Spain.
okay. So watch.
But also, if you have a gun, no
Right.
one's going to be able to take your gun away from you.
Nobody's gonna be able to take it away from me.
No, if you have a gun,
How?
because you use the gun.
Well, what happens when they break in and I'm not there?
When they break in and you're
Yeah,
not
I'm
there.
not there because I'm not gonna just take it with me to work, and I'm not gonna have it on me all the time. Right.
Wait.
So my fear of
They take your gun.
My fear of
They take your gun and then you get another gun.
Is in the sense that, and
Thank you, brother.
again, I think that, but the thing is that.
But you know you could take your gun to work,
because
though.
the reason
But do you
the thing
think
is
if
that
you
why I'm not
touched
being
a
sold
gun-
again, and I'm not anti-guns. It's not that I don't think you should have one. I
I'm gonna
definitely
have
think
you
that he should not have
pro-gun
one.
by the end of the night.
I don't. I am pro that you should have a gun.
No, I think I'm going to get a gun and I'm going to sell
I'm
it
pro
to
that
you.
I'm pro that you should have a gun.
I'm going to get a
What
gun.
I'm saying is that
and we're going to...
Why are you prone that I shouldn't have a gun?
because those are jokes, and I'll be here all week. So
But people don't know the joke.
Also, I really appreciate...
that was a joke, everybody.
I really appreciate how passionate you got that he got a gun.
Yeah.
And let's see, because I haven't spoken to him
Yeah.
about it. I just said, because I said, hey, he said how he was very indecisive, and
Right.
I said we're close friends, but we're not I'm not gonna when you recommend something that has to do with your personal space, with your holiness, with somewhere where you sleep, and your wife, the most important person,
Sure,
and everything else. If I'm gonna recommend something, and then you're gonna be, if something goes awry or everything else, then I'm not a good friend. But I said I'm so confident in this that I will base our friendship and the future of me giving you any advice on something that I know what's going to happen, because I was the same way.
Okay.
And then the next thing is him
Right.
saying, I haven't heard this before.
You're kind of a gun evangelist. You're kind of a gun evangelist.
I'm
and that's
against
okay.
evangelists.
Well,
I think they're a piece of shit.
because you're above being like pro guns. You're like you are like the people that knock on door and want to convert them into Jesus.
Do you
right?
know why I'm so pro guns?
Let me think before let me think what answer. I do 100% believe, and this is from the bottom of my heart. Your heart is in the right place. Your intention with what you're doing with it is sincere.
Yeah.
I do believe that.
But do you know why I'm so? Listen, you have to understand what I'm saying to him.
Right.
I say to my own brothers and my own nephew, to my family. But do you know why I'm so pro gun?
I would say. The number one reason is the anti-government part, the anti-propaganda part. I would put that at the top because that's the most mentioned thing.
Very good answer. But without guns, my family and my people were able to save themselves because they had guns.
From the Soviet Union.
From the Soviet Union,
Right.
from the Turks, from 1989, from my mom's furniture store in the 1990s, LA riots, the original riots. If they did not have guns, which the people next door, they would have been raped, murdered, and killed. I'm not even talking about the Second Amendment before, how important it is for an American to have guns.
Right.
Not even. I think I have a personal stake in you, not even having a gun, but just getting over that fear of having a gun. And then I will wager you $75 that once you get over that fear of that gun, once you shoot a few guns and understand how they work and how everything else, that you will get a gun. And if you don't, I will pay you $75.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you this, that the words, I should get a gun, has been spoken out of my mouth in my lifetime, maybe a few times, for no reason, just randomly. No, there's nothing that happened to me. There's nothing happened to anybody I know. Just like, just kind of like, maybe good to have or something around the house, right? So the thought has entered my mind. And although I have no problem with saying the fear of God, it's not like if I had one in my house, if I bought one tomorrow and it was in my house, I will not sleep better, but I will not sleep worse either.
But you don't know that.
Oh no,
You don't know that.
I know. I'm
You don't
100%
know that.
not going to sleep better, and I'm not going to sleep
You don't
worse.
know
You
that.
don't know that.
Which one do you think? Do you think I'd sleep better?
100%.
Better?
100%.
I have a weighted blanket, bro.
Do you know why? First of all, then
How can you speak of something that you don't know?
Well, let me
It's
just
like-
tell you.
Because I don't feel unsafe.
Well, let
I
me
didn't
just,
feel unsafe either.
But you said because of all the
no,
break-ins and the
I
things
I
that
didn't feel
happened,
unsafe.
whatever.
I didn't feel unsafe.
forget about the unsafe part. Let me tell you why.
But the reality is that but once you got it, you do realize that you felt unsafe.
No.
Wait. So how could you
never
sleep better?
said I felt unsafe.
Right.
You're saying that.
Okay.
You're saying that.
Right. Because I assume
You feel more
because
safe.
I assume that if I'm sleeping better, there's a reason. So what is the reason of the sleeping better.
Why is it? Why? Because I know that if something were to happen where I heard someone breaking in, I know that having that gun buys me time.
Had that thought ever entered your mind before?
Yeah.
Right. So there was. So what? I don't have that at all. I don't have that thing of like maybe somebody could better. I don't have that.
Let's say
that
if
thought.
God forbid if
because so much that you had the thought that you had this thing that this should be illegal. This light should be illegal because the way you shined it on my lights, on my eyes. I mean, I might sue this podcast. I'm just saying there might be a lawsuit.
Hey, you'll get $75, boss.
So no, but I want to get this.
Wait a second.
Sure,
wait,
let's talk about that.
Wait. You never thought someone could break into
No.
your house? Okay.
That's never a thought.
Never.
That's just plain.
Oh, you know what it is? Yes,
That can't be true,
when I'm
brother.
not there.
But you've never. There's no
While
way.
I'm there, no. No matter where,
No, but the concept of someone breaking into your house, you've never
And
thought
if you've
that.
never
No.
thought about
That
that,
can't be.
you're just
No.
What
to
do you
me,
think about
I've
that?
never, I'll prove it to you.
What do you think about
I'll prove
that?
it to you. I've never had an
you-
alarm. Do you have an alarm here?
No.
I've never had an alarm.
Do you live alone?
No, I live with my wife. And then before that, I lived with my kid alone. And then before that,
And
I
you
lived
never-
with my.
you-
with
you
my
never thought
with
about
my,
anything-
never. No, I'm not. When I
That's
say never,
wild.
wait.
That's
Let me
ridiculous.
Let me give you more
I
clarity.
cannot believe
No,
that.
let me give you more clear.
And he had
let me
kids too,
but, right.
so,
let me
I
give
mean,
you clear.
your hair is
I'm not
so fucking nice.
No,
I'm gonna believe it.
No. Hang on. I'm not saying like. Obviously, I have some sort of point of reference. Hang on. I have some sort of point of reference that I didn't say it's impossible. No, but I don't think about it. It's like just like a lot. I don't think I could get killed in a car wreck, but it's a possibility. I don't think that a DUI guy is going to hit me, but it's a possibility. But I don't dwell on it. I don't think about it.
Okay, let's change. Let's change of topic.
Sure.
Before your next,
Did you catch the part where I said the weighted blanket?
that was very funny.
Because that's a true story. I told Eric, and Eric doesn't believe this. The best purchase I have ever made, and I want everybody to listen to me very clearly. Listen to me, everybody.
We don't do
Listen to me.
We don't do
everybody.
advertising
Listen
until
to me.
they pay us.
Listen to me. I had heard about this weighted blanket thing for a long time.
I have a weighted
Right?
blanket. My fat girlfriend.
And I got one, and I always reluctant because these things are like $80. I'm like, what do I really need? I sleep good. I sleep fine, whatever. I promise you that I didn't know what real sleep was. I told my brother this until I got the weighted blanket, and I legitimately actually sleep. And I realized that before I wasn't sleeping like deep, but now I do. And the only thing that occurs to me now is like, imagine how deep it would be with an Uzi in my house.
Inside the weighted blanket?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well, let me.
Because now I'm safe and there's a little more weight.
Do you kiss the weighted blanket before going to sleep?
Oh man, it's like 25 pounds. It's
Yeah.
20. I got like the most heaviest one, whatever. And it's seriously legit. Like I tell everybody, my brother thinks. I mean, and this, by the way, this purchase was done probably I think 3 years ago, and I still talk about it like it just happened.
Do you name it?
No, because I don't want to have that relationship so tight.
All right, let's change the topic. I think we're at 2 hours, and we're not going to convince him until he goes to until he touches.
By
a
the
gun.
way, like when he was talking to me about guns, like, and I'm surprised
I get a percentage every time someone gets guns.
No, but like you were like right now, you're
But
selling.
he's an evangelist. Like he's
right?
an
This is strange
evangelist.
because like
I'm going to
the
tell you
way
what he reminds me of. So people,
I'll drink your milkshake.
They
Yeah,
say
yeah.
people who are religious, people who
Yeah.
are religious always want to convince
Yeah.
atheist people that they should believe.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
atheists never try to convince the other.
Oh, yes,
which is
they- yes, they
usually
have.
not. Usually,
No,
usually
atheists,
not.
yes, they
They're,
are.
The evangelists are more
Actually,
like the
atheists-
believers are more like passionate about their belief.
Atheism is organized religion. They have their.
you're passionate about your beliefs.
But I'm talking the religious one, like the fact of you believe in God or you don't. I'm not
Atheism-
neither passionate of. Although with time I will say like this.
Wait
and
a
this
second.
is
You
just
don't
another
believe
thing.
in God?
Let's go down this road. Let's go down. In my life,
You're
I've
passionate
gone
about
from
your weighted blanket.
right. In my life, I've gone from being religious, well, because I was born into it, right, and then it makes sense. So like I believe, but again, because this is what I'm told, right? To questioning, to going agnostic, to going atheist, to believing, to being more agnostic, but more like believing, and as time has gone by, I would say just more
Just
belief,
normal.
more
Normal.
more belief in source.
So, do you think? Did you watch your kids' births?
Yes.
What do you think that is? Is it amazing? Is it a miracle?
It is. It is
Because I
it
watch
is-
other people give birth.
Right.
I'm not allowed in the
Right.
hospital.
It is. It is. It is amazing. It is amazing. Probably not as amazing as the actual interaction once they're home. Like once, like you take the
Yes.
baby home. But in that moment, for sure, magical. I tell my oldest son Enrique. I remember like they put him on his mom's belly, and he saw me. He saw me, and I saw him, and life changed forever. Right. And then also that happened with my other two kids. You know, I just look at them in the eyes immediately. I think that if I'm going to say like, if we're going to use that as the proof, or my feeling on the proof is like the actual seeing them interact with me, right? And seeing them smile and the love, unconditional love that you have for them, and the miracle that everything is. I guess I'm a believer. I don't believe in the religion part of it, right? Necessarily, and I'm like on the line right now, etc.
Do you believe there's a bigger thing out there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but I don't believe that any human being can possibly comprehend what that is, right? So I believe that religion, any type of religion, or
Forget about religion.
right? But I'm going to tell you,
Yeah.
I think those are man-made structures so that we can have some sort of context of comprehension of a
Yes.
higher source. But the truth is so much above that it would blow our minds.
So you are far from an atheist, brother, and you are not agnostic.
Right. No, I'm not.
So you do believe in God.
So I would believe in God.
That is God.
But I don't believe the man in the clouds.
Yeah,
I don't believe the man in the clouds. I believe that.
That's not what.
Well, but when most people, and I'm saying you, but most people say God, they're literally imagining human concept of God, right? Beard floating in the clouds.
I think that's
Gates.
That's what.
and it could be.
That's
I don't know.
also if you think about it, that's media representation in movies and
Sure.
in cartoons, because an
man-made structure.
Everything's man-made, but the real books, those are the prophets.
True.
But their fathers and everything else, they say it's a father just because of linguistics, because they cannot say mother.
So that we have context, so we can make.
So we have
context,
context,
right?
And then over time, like Dante Alighieri's The Six Levels, when they have hell and everything else, over time it was the Western Christianization,
Right.
When they said, it's the and then the paintings and everything else. That's all media and propaganda and everything else.
Question: does heaven exist? Does hell exist?
I believe so.
Both.
Yes.
Okay.
I also think different concepts of what heaven and hell is. I think. So this is going to blow. I don't know if you believe in. Do you believe in afterlife?
I believe in now that there's something beyond.
Yes.
That there's something beyond.
Do you
I
think
believe
there's
that there's some sort of energy that happens afterwards that again is far beyond our comprehension.
100%. Yes. So my dead relatives sometimes come to my dreams and they tell me things that happen. Direct, specific things. Yeah.
Yeah, my brother-in-law came to me 2 times.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say 100% as I see you. 100% as I receiving you. 70% as I see you. Right. So like he spoke to me with the energy that I see you right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not as like not as so
of course.
tangible,
Yeah,
right?
because it's your dream.
And it was the most beautiful, magical
Okay.
moment.
So you do believe
And what's the question?
in the afterlife, in the soul,
That
in the,
that of something beyond of source,
100%.
of the magic of the miracle
yeah.
that is this whole existence, that nobody knows why we're here. Like there's no comprehension.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That we're just atoms.
But there is an order of things, correct?
I love that. I don't think I've ever heard of it. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, there's an order of things.
So in many languages, the old Sumerians, the old the Bible and the Jewish book and the Islamic books and the Quran and the Torah and everything else. The main thing is during the Constantine, during the Roman Empire, they had many scriptures of afterlife. All three religions had chapters. The Jews called it Gilgul, the Christians called it afterlife, and then they took them and they put them in Jerusalem, in Rome, in the Vatican, and then maybe in the Mecca. I don't know where the Muslims put it. Just so because Constantine I did not want people to think about the afterlife. So imagine there were these incredible scriptures, however there is in the Bible, Old Testament, and Quran and Torah and the Bible, and then they had those same scriptures like that of the afterlife that they removed.
That they took away.
So unless you're
all in on those
theology
types of things.
and everything else, because
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Why do they remove them?
because he wanted to be all be all.
So the human element. So he took away the magic, right?
100%.
The magic,
100%.
and it was just like what's tangible.
100%.
He took away the intangible of the magic that tells you. It really blows my mind how all these subjects of how people are so closed-minded of the mirror of all those things and the miracle of the universe.
Yes.
And they only believe what's in front of them, what is tangible to them, what is told to them.
Yeah.
When the bigger truth is, in my opinion, incomprehensible with our small monkey brain.
Yes. Because there's free will and then there's destiny. And God, the higher being, order, they give us both. And I feel like we come from this higher perfect vibration to our home, to our conversational. It's called heaven, but I think it's from this other where everything is perfect, and then we go to this lower vibration so we can experience these things. It's like a theater and everything else, and then how you live it depends on where your soul goes. For example, I believe in reincarnation because I've seen and I felt some stuff as a kid, and as I get older, I have these voices in my head that I realize that it's I've been here and I've smelled this before. So there's other different realities that we exist in. But as Paulo Coelho, the guy who wrote The Alchemist, he says there's three things. The known, unknown, and unknowable. The known, we know. Unknown, we don't know. But if you take a step away from your comfort zone, read, learn, experience, you know. And the unknowable is there's nothing. Your brain can't even concept.
Right.
Like the 4D internet.
I love that. I've always heard it in a different way using for context for something else, but it's like, you know what you know what you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what you don't know. Right? And it's the unknowable, right? Well, you could still in human contact there are things that you have no idea about, but then if you learn it, then you could know. But then the unknowable within the context of the world and the dimension that we live in this moment.
Yeah.
Right? I don't believe that there's a hell. I don't believe that. I believe everybody goes to the same place. That comes from just my idea.
Well, the hell
so, for example, that person that did the wrong, the girl that did the wrong, I believe she's going to the same place that everybody else is.
Well, the hell is not some place where you're getting tortured.
Right.
Maybe the hell is you come into this life.
Very good point.
as, you know, some paraplegic who cannot walk and everything else. The hell is a very thin concept because you don't know.
Yeah.
Some people are in hell that are alive.
Right. Some could say that, because I thought about this concept is because people always go that that's heaven and this is and down is hell. But that's where we are. So as great as this life is, some could say that maybe this is because life has a lot of negative things that happen, right? Even there's life is torturous, and the torture that happens in everybody's brain that nobody talks about, right? That feeling of desperation and finding meaning and finding purpose, et cetera, that nobody talks about, but has it. Some could say that this is hell.
Yes.
And then we go to heaven.
Yes, 100%. Well, this is definitely something where you experience such beauty and such sadness and such awful tragedy, where you can have a daughter kill a mother in front of their two dogs and the entire world sees it. And also, you could see this incredible, beautiful photo where it was this bird on this crocodile, and they became friends, and there's everything exists here, and you can experience the best of the best and the worst of the worst, and you can only experience this here in this earth, in this bubble. And it's like the basic law of physics: energy can neither be created nor destroyed. And then imagine we go from 100 years ago. There is no way a car could go past 20. And then something happened 15 years later, there was flight. And then 15 years later, that thing that's flying is dropping this fire bomb on people. And then 15 years later, you have this big technological thing that calculates. And then 15 years later, you can send a text message by these fiber optics nerves, and and then you can have this computer that tells you everything that's happening in the world,
and it's just warming up,
and it's
just the infancy.
It's just infancy,
and it wasn't 200 years ago. People kids would died of the flu or the cold or whatever. It's really.
And 2 years ago,
it blows my mind when I realize that from my birth to my death, I got to live the infancy of the technological revolution of the world, right? Just the infancy of it. As complex and as amazing as it is right now, and maybe it is in the next 20 years, it's still just the beginning.
It is the beginning. And I'm just excited to see where porn is going.
Well,
because I like midget porn, brother. Whether you believe in God or not.
Well, I do, but amputees.
That's called nugget porn.
That's it, baby.
I'm telling you, brother.
That's it.
See, that's why you have to get a gun. We got him, Eric. Shit, let's see what's behind door number 2.
AK.
Well, this is another 2-hour fucking podcast, and we didn't even get into the fucking the
diddler,
the fun stuff. We want to wrap it up.
Yeah. Any predictions for the future?
We have to go get him. We have to go to a gun range with him.
More guns.
Wait, can you bring your gun
dressing
out?
your wife? Dressing your wife in camouflage at night?
Can you put the?
Nope.
You want to bring your gun out or?
Not after I've been drinking all this fucking beer.
Yeah. See.
But
see, that's responsibility.
no,
Okay.
I gotta tell you, man. It's like I went in there and I took the test. I failed it, and what did I do? Learn about it. learn about what these questions were. Now I got educated. I get informed. Okay. And that was very beneficial because it now led me on this whole, deep rabbit hole about getting informed about guns. And let me tell you something. Education is power. Education is knowledge. And once you're knowledgeable, then you're not that idiot that's just pointing a gun like that 18-year-old that shot that girl.
But also, educated knowledge could take you down the other way, where it's like, okay, now I know everything about it, and I don't want to be a part of it.
Yes. And I can tell you now, sir, that's not going to happen to you. Here's to Henry.
Salud. Guys, it was fantastic. Thank you for inviting me
us.
over.
I wish we could say the same, brother.
And
Thank you. We're actually before he
It's
gets
actually
a gun.
the best.
Yeah, how about we'll go.
Holy moly!
Actually, that's the
We'll
first.
go get him. We'll get us a shot. And then we'll get him a gun, and then
I
we'll
won't,
be
I
outside.
won't commit to
shot?
that, but definitely next time I'm
a
coming.
shot?
Next time I'm coming, I'm bringing.
When you going to Chi-Town?
Probably in a couple days.
What the fuck? I think you
But
said
I'm going to
2
stop
weeks.
by the sporting goods store tomorrow and get myself one of those professional slingshots. But the one with the wrist thing, it's got the wrist thing with the BBs.
What are you in fucking Jerusalem, boss?
Oh, it's just I like I'm more
You're
of
gonna
I'm more of a
shoot-
Robin Hood. I'm more of a Robin Hood. I'm more of a Huckleberry.
See, you rob from the rich, gift to the poor, and imagine if the rich had a gun. Ooh! Bang, 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 bang!
All right, guys, this has been the Fanto Show. Here it's
Poop Dollar Studios with
Our guest,
Henry.
Henry Alegria.
I'm gonna say this right now. Henry's gonna be a gun owner, and then we're gonna do steroids together.
The second one's for sure happening.
Then we're gonna go
I'm
hunting.
injecting both of you at the same time.
That's the only reason I'm getting steroids. Thank you guys. Vote on Spotify, YouTube. I'm gonna make a TikTok so other fucking cocksuckers can steal my content. And follow Henry, Eric.
Vote for Trump.
Vote for Trump. And what else? This is good.
Get a weighted blanket. Don't forget the weighted blanket. If anybody takes any clip from this, get the weighted blanket. Change your
We got
life.
a bunch of fucking clips.
Thank
from
you
this,
later.
bro. Sayonara.